What's up to all my fight fans out there? Ryan the King Garcia is back. And I gotta say, I am very excited for him for his return to the ring. I am like very, very much looking forward to this fight. It is tomorrow. It is July 16th. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching this fight. He is facing Javier Fortune. And I ain't no disrespect to Javier. I've seen a couple of his fights. He's decent, but definitely not his toughest opponent. And overall, with the layoff that Ryan has had, I am still very much looking forward to him fighting. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he could bring in the ring, what new techniques he may have learned. I know he has that new coaching staff. Just to see what he has done with this time off, I am just very much looking forward to it. And nothing disrespectful to Javier, but I am more looking forward to see what happens next. I am a Ryan Garcia fan, so I'm choosing him to win 100%. And with this win, I want to see what happens in this stacked division, the lightweight division in boxing, where you have Gervonta Davis, where you have Devin Hanley, where you have Teofimo Lopez, where you have Vasily Lomachenko, and the list goes on. You got so much talent in that division, and there's so many opponents that we could be facing each other. I really hope we could get some of these names out there. I'm really hoping that Ryan can step in the ring with some of these big names, because I'm telling you, those guys, all of them together, it's just going to be a lineup for exciting fights in the lightweight division. And I hope you're just as excited as I am. And not only am I proud of Ryan for finally getting in the ring, because I missed him. He's, like I said, I am a fan favorite. He is definitely a very exciting fighter. Very, very few times he's in a boring fight. If everyone remembers that Luke Campbell fight where he was dropped in the early rounds. Now, for those of you who follow boxing, some fighters, they don't regain their game plan once they get dropped. That some fighters out there, once they get dropped, once they get hurt, it's like fight or flight. Like, they don't know what to do. They get scared, or not scared, excuse me, but they lose focus. They no longer know what to do in the ring, where they're just trying to just throw whatever they can to survive. And Ryan was able to not only get back up and not only regain his game plan, but actually stop him in the later rounds. And I'm just like, dude, that's very rare where people can actually do that. And don't get me wrong, there are great fighters who have done that. But then there's some fighters, especially in the earlier of the career, where they feel unbeatable, feel invincible, feel untouchable. But yet, as soon as something like that happens, it's just like, now we get to see how much of a great fighter or good fighter you really are right now. And we got to see that with Ryan. But this right now is also a fight for him, because we all know and have heard throughout the boxing community about the issues that he's had outside the ring, about the depression that he went through. And there's some people who were rooting for Ryan, and then there's some people who had some comments that just weren't the greatest. I've heard throughout listening to different podcasts, listening to different interviews, and some of the things that were said about Ryan regarding his depression, I wasn't too thrilled with it. I really wasn't. Because for those of you, that are listening, that either know someone or you yourself battle depression, it's not an easy thing. It is not. There are people out there that still look at depression as just maybe the blues, or maybe you just don't feel like doing anything, or maybe you're just looking for attention. I'm sorry. I myself have battled depression and continue to battle it every single day. And it is not something that is easy to go through. 100% no. Depression does not care what your race is. Depression does not care how much money you have in the bank or don't. Depression does not care how you grew up, or perfect life, bad life, growing up. Depression doesn't care who your relatives are. Depression does not care about any of that stuff. And if it wants to get you, it'll get you. And it will make you bow. It will make you take a knee. And it will play a big role in your life, where it'll make things so much more difficult. So when I hear things like, oh, Ryan wasn't focused, or Ryan maybe didn't have that proper upbringing. Like I hear things like, well, when I was growing up, I didn't have that choice of financial, so I actually had to work. Otherwise, if we didn't work, we didn't eat, and so I didn't have time to even think about all that stuff. No, 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 no. I promise you, if it comes to you, it comes to you, and it doesn't care. That's what makes things so hard about depression. It doesn't come at a perfect time. It doesn't come at like the perfect time or the bad time or a good time or a great time. It comes whenever it comes. Everything could be going right for your life. Getting married, having kids, winning championships, and it'll bite you. It'll come to you, grab you, push you down like it was just this big old bully in the schoolyard. And it'll keep you down there until it feels like you getting up. Until you force yourself up. Until you pick yourself up. That's how depression works. It comes at the worst time in your whole life, or it could, even if it's at the worst time, it'll come again. So when I hear things like that, when he's not focused or anything, like, no, I promise you it had nothing to do with that. I promise you he would definitely have loved to stay focused, stay in the ring. Definitely have loved to continue fighting, to not have any kind of breaks or anything like that. I promise you. But sometimes when it comes, it doesn't matter what plans you have. It doesn't matter what goals you have. It becomes a battle that you have to do yourself. It becomes a battle that you have to get yourself out of bed, off the couch, and try your best to get yourself motivated and try your best to fight against it. That's how it is. So definitely, please, please, if you know anybody that has battled it or is battling it, or you yourself are battling it, I promise you, you're not alone. I promise you, take the time for yourself. Do whatever you can to make yourself better, to figure out the ways you can get to your old self again. And remember, you're not alone. Talk to somebody, call somebody, be there for somebody. For those of you who are not battling it, but know someone who is, be there for them. Help them out in any way possible you can, because it is not a game. It is not an attention seeker. It is not, oh, they'll be okay in a little bit. No, 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 no. Watch over them, help them out as any way you can, because it is no joke. We hear about it every day. Depression has taken out some very big people in our lives, I'm sure. Family members, relatives, friends, famous individuals. Yes. So for Ryan, I see this as him as standing up for everybody also in the ring that has battled this as well. As you can see, he battled his demons, continues to battle them every single day. And he's going to fight for them in the ring. He's going to be over there in that ring and fight for us, I should say. He's going to go in that ring and show everybody that, look, I can overcome this thing, and so can you. I can continue to achieve my dreams with this thing, because this thing, depression, is not going to stop me from achieving my dreams, achieving my goals of being world champion. And that's what you should see yourself as well. It's not going to stop you from achieving whatever dream that you have and achieving whatever goal you have. Don't let it stop you either. I know it's hard, and I know it's a lot easier said than done, but it can be done. And Ryan Garcia is showing us right here, right now, that it can be. So, again, I'm very excited for him coming back. I'm looking forward to the future with him fighting. And definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments about his return, about what he went through, about what you're going through. And yeah, just like, subscribe. And no matter what, guys, take care of yourselves. Before I leave you guys on this, take care of yourselves. And just like my podcast says, never stop fighting. Never stop fighting, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys again. Thanks.